Jai Sadgurudeo. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to weekly English Satsang organized by North American Institute of Vihangam Yoga.
Yeah, thank you all for joining Satsang. My name is Rituraj, and I'm connecting this from Satsang from Connecticut. Before I proceed further, I would like to bow down to Sadguru's feet and offer my prayers to the lotus feet of Sadgurudeo. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Dev Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. In the current times, our day-to-day life has become very busy in fulfilling our physical and mental requirements and our social responsibilities. In this fast-paced routine life, the requirements of the souls are often forgotten. So first, I would like to congratulate each one of you for taking some time from your busy schedule to fulfill the requirements of your soul through this satsang. Let us transition to the next segment of the satsang. Instead of going through uh, or deep diving through any topic on a spiritual thing, we are going to listen to the Sansmaran on Swamiji's visit to California. It's a first-hand experience of a couple of Sadguru's disciples. I am delighted to introduce Niranjanji, who joins us all the way from California, and his better half Seema Singhji. Today they will be sharing their heartfelt journey and experiences of their dedicated seva or selfless service to Sadguru. They will give us a glimpse into the profound feelings and insights they gained while organizing several spiritual events and an embarking 151 Undiya Havan program in California. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Niranjanji and his wife Seemaji. Over to you, Niranjanji and Seemaji.
Jai Sadgurudeo. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Seema ji is also here, and but let me do the Guru Stotram chanting first, and then we will start. Guru. I will do the Guru Stotram first, and then I will provide the summary. Akhandandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. चार वेद सर शास्त्र पढ़ अष्टादश पढ़े पुराण कहे सदा फल गुरु बिना पावन पद निर्वाण। हे प्रभु महिमा आपकी अगम अनंत अपार नेति नेति अज श्रुति कहे जन अधीन किमि पार। Jai Sadgurudeo. So first I would like to thank all of you for the opportunity to provide the Sansmaran and share the experience of the first ever Sant Parivar visit to the Bay Area and the first ever yagya that was held in the first week of August. So Seemaji is also here, and I think once I will share the summary and maybe some of my experience learning, she will share her experience as well, and hopefully then we can also have some discussion and question answer. So that is how we are planning. So uh, when the Sant Parivar came, the itinerary was pretty well determined. They had arrived here on the Wednesday night, and several Guru Bhais and Guru Bahans had already arrived. Some had arrived before then, and some came along with the Sant Parivar, and that was phenomenal, especially for the significance of the first time visit of Sant Parivar. It was absolutely helpful and very much needed, actually. And so once Swami had come, we did all pre-planned activities. It was very seamless and wonderful experience to welcome Sant Parivar at the airport. I think in the East Coast, many of you have done in a very sahaj way, and it was really a very big excitement moment for many of us here. And some families had come together from here, like NP uncle family and us. We all went to the airport and to receive Swamiji and the Sant Parivar. And the way we had designed the program here was to taking care that it does not make a very busy schedule. So that was a very, I think that was very helpful, especially for the first time visit. And for example, the Wednesday night, there was a plentiful of time to rest. And then in the next day, on Thursday, we had an event, a private event at my house. And and that was attended by almost like 60 to 70 people, somewhere around there. And it was very convenient because Swamiji has a certain dincharya. He has a certain protocol in the daytime, and we became more accustomed to that. There was a walk for almost like 1 or 2 hours, which we took Swamiji, and he was very, very, very pleased with the environment in the California environment and the openness and not too much crowd in the park that we went. And that really gave us a very positive vibe, actually. And Swamiji was so pleased. I think Niranjanji was along with us, and he can also comment later. And he really thanked all of us that, wow, this is great that you all brought me to such a wonderful, where there's a mix of both sunshine and also sunshade. So he, he really loved that part. And so we got a very good vibe that, okay, great. And then as the evening happened, uh, the guests started to come, and it was one beautiful environment where Swamiji gave his Amritvani. And my personal feeling was that it was very impactful, and especially these were the people who have, many of them are doing yogasan in one way or the other, but they somehow are missing the essence. So those are the kind of people. So it's like breaking the ice was really the best word that I can say. And so this very short and sweet Amritvani from Swamiji and Divyavani from Santji, and also Sudhanshuji was here to really help us uh, manage the flow of the satsang. All of that went absolutely beautiful, and some of the people who were the management people who are part of the venue, the temple venue where the yajna was supposed to happen, they had also come, and it was phenomenal, actually. And they all understood to some extent the significance of Sadguru. And even though many of them may have been drawn just because of the celebrity status of the Sadguru, because uh, but some of them may also be getting the initial understanding about the satta, what the Sadguru satta is, and hopefully over time people will once understand that, and then the way um, I have a feeling that once people begin to understand about the Sadhu Satta, the Tattva Gyan, and then they will hopefully have a changed perception. So anyway, so that was the first event on Thursday, and then the following day was again plentiful of time the whole day, and we had there's a president and CEO of a acupuncture institute here in the Bay Area, and he is a Buddhist and Chinese by descent, and so he had invited for a private event at his institute. So the Sant Parivar went there, and he had invited about 10 to 15 of his students. Most of them were Chinese, and so there was a short Divyavani and discussion about the Vihangam Yoga, and and that there were some questions from people there, but the the person who had invited there, Master Yang, he is he's the perfect vessel actually for receiving and understanding the Sadguru, what a Sadguru means, because he himself had a guru who took a nirvana actually in 2022 in Las Vegas. So he understands that what he learned from his guru had a certain trajectory, but there's something beyond that. So he has that understanding, and that is why he has that shraddha. And he had visited in the Varshikotsav event in Banaras in 2023. So that is where he saw the magnanimity of the culture in India, and he had a significant respect. So that's why whenever Sant Parivar or Sanji comes here, he always graces by inviting them and meeting them. And in fact, this time, Swamiji also made him a Updeshta, so he can begin to deliver Updesh in his own community. And so that went very well. And so that was on Friday. And then Saturday was the main event where the yajna supposed to happen in the temple complex. And there about, I would say, we had targeted 151 Kund Yagya, and but about 75 families had signed up, which was actually, uh, when we go back earlier, we were targeting 50 Kund. So it had exceeded that expectation. But of course, it did not hit the 151, which was the new target. But 75 families had booked the Kund, and it was a pretty well attended yagya and Amritvani session there. Um, so about 200 people attended overall, listened Amritvani, Vevani, and attended the satsang. There was a wonderful Preeti Bhoj after that, and so that definitely helped to make people aware about the significance of yagya, and also the significance of Sadguru, um, what a Sadguru does, and what is the significance, and as per the Vedas. And actually, there's also a mention of Sadguru um, in Ramcharitmanas, 7th Khand, which is called Uttarkand. And there's a YouTube video that speaks about where when Bhagwan Ram came back after defeating Ravan, and he started to install Ram Raj in Ayodhya. he summoned all his citizens and rishis and munis of his time, and he gave an updesh to them and told them, and that is what that dialogue is actually mentioned in the Uttarakhand, which is really the summary of Ramcharitmanas. And he does mention about the Almighty is equivalent to the wind, and the samsara is like an infinite ocean, and the human body is like the boat which is capable of sailing in that infinite ocean. But the ocean has many, many monsters in terms of Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsar. And those monsters, the boat will never be able to get through that. So that's why it requires the rower or kavaya of that boat, which is Sadguru. And when the Sadguru rides that boat, it 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 crosses the infinite bhavsagar and it reaches the destination. So and it specifically mentions the word Sadguru actually. So we have started to communicate to a lot of people who go to temple and who are religious and dharmic, but not adhyatmic yet. So some of these very, very popular um, scriptures, they do talk about the Sadguru, but they talk about the in a Gupta group actually, in the summary, in the essence. So a lot of the pundits, they will basically read through every shloka, they will memorize every shloka, but actually the essence was hidden in maybe a word or maybe one shloka and two shloka. So I think that is, so then the entire essence is missed out. So I think that's one of the things that hopefully will begin to evolve with time. So, and similarly, it is also mentioned in the Skanda Puran, actually, Guru Puran, Shiv Puran, um, and similarly in Bhagavad Gita, not it does not specifically calls out Sadguru, but it calls about go and surrender unto um, um, a saint who is God realized. So similarly, I think the visit of Swamiji in this part of the world, hopefully it will begin to demystify all of that. And so anyway, so that on the Saturday, that event was very well done for the first time, set up in the Bay Area. And then the following day, which was Sunday, there was two events. One was in Sacramento, another temple complex. So there also the Sant Parivar visited there, and it was um, a Divyavani session there. And then after that, there was a dinner event, a private dinner event, and Gaushala visit at Brahmaji's place in slightly north of San Francisco. So Swamiji was very pleased to actually visit there, and everybody fed food to the cows. He has about 30 gir cows, which has the large hump, and that was a wonderful experience. And that's where I also learned from Santji that why uh, why the cows are considered so highly in our culture. And of course, we all know that it gives milk. People, it's like a mother, and it always gives, and it does not take much. So that's why there's a high regard for the cow in our culture. But I also learned that, especially the deshi cows, the gir cows, they have a special significance because they have this bigger hump on their top side above the neck. And he explained the scientific, the Sanatani scientific reason behind that the hump is like a tower that latches onto some kind of energy that emanates from sun and the moon. So with that energy, the cow develops immense amount of empathy within itself. And that's what makes the cow a very special in our culture with that empathy. And that's why we always used to hear from Mahapurush that, when somebody, when some difficult situation happens in a household, then the cow was shedding tear actually. So the cow was part of that family. And it has that sense to be able to sense and really shed tear. So I always used to question that why would a cow do that but not a dog? Why like that? So Sanji explained that because they have that hump and they get the energy from the sun and the moon, they develop a very, very special empathy within itself. And that is why when a child stands behind its leg, it never, uh, hits back. It never. So that's what makes this. So then basically that answered the question which I had for a very long time, and it completed that. And we will not find those kind of reasons when we Google or YouTube. It's very hard to do that. So that's where the importance of the sadhu samagam is there actually. And in fact, I was doing some research, and I think Suruchi D had asked me to share some personal experience as opposed to just describe the itinerary. So I would now, so that was pretty much in the itinerary, but I can share that why the sadhu samagam is so important. And because this is a very good, beautiful example where Sanji clarified, that question which I had for like, I never knew like why would the cow have such an empathy. And then if you look at the why the samagam or the satsang in other way is so important in our culture. That's why I remember in our satsang we had discussed multiple times that the satsang or sadhu samagam is like the fuel for a sadhak to relentlessly pursue the journey of seva and sadhana. So we have to constantly have that fuel of sadhu samagam and satsang, because as per the Mahapurush, they say that why the satsang or sadhu samagam is so important is because I will speak a little bit of Hindi, because the sadhu samagam is means कि ये सारे संगत जो हमारे होते हैं, ऑल आवर कंपनी, हमारे सारे संगतों को हटा करके भगवान में, भगवान तत्व में लगा देता है। वो स्वयं सारी संग त्यागी है। ये महापुरुष की वाणी है। What I'm now saying is I'm actually reading because I've taken a note here based on because I don't want to mix it from my own and dilute it. So the Mahapurush says that ये साधु समागम है, सारे साधनों से श्रेष्ठ माना गया है, क्योंकि ये सारे संगतों को हटा करके और त्याग करा करके भगवान तत्व में लगा देता है और भगवान में हमारी आसक्ति करा देता है। वो स्वयं सारी संग त्यागी है। उसके परमाणु इतने जोर की है कि समस्त संगों से असंग करा के भगवान के प्रेम रंग में रंग देता है और सारे साधनों का फल है कर्ता भाव को खत्म कर देता है। तो देखिए, so we are so privileged, all of us actually, who are part of the satsang and who always gets this opportunity for sadhu samagam. So that is, I think, the essence of why we have to meet our guru, at least whenever the opportunity arises. And because the imprint sticks in our chitta, all the faculties of our inner organs, and we constantly contemplate on that tattva. और जैसे ये महापुरुष ने बोला कि हमारे सारे संगतों को हटा के भगवान तत्व में डाल देता है, तो that is the purpose for the sadhu samagam, and that's why in our culture इसको बहुत श्रेष्ठ बताया गया है. And that's why in the Ramcharitmanas also says that बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होए, राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोए. So it's a very rarity to get the blessing of the Almighty, where sadhu samagam and satsang happens in the seeker's life. So that is the essence of that. And maybe one or two more things I will share when we were going on the walk with Swamiji, along with Guru Bhais, and they can also, um, sometime they can also share their Sansmaran. But I will hopefully take the opportunity to summarize some of that. So while we were walking with Swamiji, there's a certain discipline that we all had to follow. And it was very beautifully communicated by Sudhanshuji, Ranjanji, Anchalji. And we are so grateful that they had come with Swamiji here. And it was like really a wonderful moment that will be, in the memory for a long time. And I may be missing a few others like Krishna Murari ji and Vishnu ji, and of course Shikhaji, Monika ji were here. It's a wonderful gathering. So when we take Swamiji for walking, and Manish ji as well, actually, um, and first we are really following Swamiji, and he starts his walk with a very soft walk, really like very, very slowly. And then as he begins to enjoy the walk, we see that he picks up the pace. And people like us, we have to really kind of walk faster to catch up to him. So that was very, that was something I had not expected, especially for me being the first time being on that kind of a role. So, so that was very, it was very pleasant for me to see that. And once Swamiji attains certain level of workout, and and I see that as a reasonable intensity workout, actually, the way he would walk at the pace and all that. And it's a very soothing for us to know that even at the age of 78, Swamiji Dincharya is so beautiful. It should be inspiration for a lot of us, actually. And and then once he does that, and we are usually very quiet. We are told to be very quiet, actually, because we allow Swamiji to do his Dincharya. And then he begins to engage himself in certain conversation. And then we take that opportunity to ask him question with utmost modesty and vinamrata. And that's what pleases Sadguru, I think. Um, um, so one of the time, um, I mentioned to Swamiji that Swamiji, this area, which is the Bay Area, is a hub of technology center. There's a lot of intellectuals here, and but when I look at what they're pursuing and what they're working very hard for, is three Ks, actually two Ks. I told him, Kanchan and Kirti, and and your advent here, we are hoping that it will provide another dimension of spiritual upliftment over time. And that means the top leaders, when there's even a one drop of Brahma Vidya in them, um, it makes a huge impact to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world follows the leader. And when we inject one drop of Brahma Vidya or spiritual significance in their life, it brings some riddhi and some sort of a peace to a lot of people. And Swamiji was very pleased to see that, and he says that I give you one more pillar, which is the Kamini, Kanchar, Kirti, and Kamini. And and we were so thankful that, yes, thank you so much for saying that. And he absolutely acknowledged that, yes, and that is why we are very thankful that Swamiji visits here. And and we hope that it will continue to expand with time. So the mission, in addition to um, for the upliftment of the disciple, it makes a huge impact uh, into the region where this kind of knowledge is not understood or not or people don't understand the significance. Many people know everything, but then they are still missing the very essence. I mean, they know everything, but they don't apply it. It's like I gave you a beautiful diamond, but you never wear it. So then the diamond has no significance, basically. So I think that that's the nature of the Brahma Vidya. So somehow the Brahma Vidya is like the diamond that one has to put it on, and then they will begin to shine. And we hope that um, that will happen over time. Um, and that is why we see that the Prime Minister Modi, uh, because he puts on that diamond and he wears it on, and we see that he's making such an impact in the whole world, actually. So we need, so that is a modern day example that has to happen. And I think the Swamiji presence and his Brahma Vidya knowledge will become that diamond that many leaders begin to wear, so that way larger population can get inspired in that direction, and it brings peace in their life. Otherwise, we are in a Kali Yuga, there is not much hope, and it will continue to spiral down. And so that is the vision, and Swamiji perfectly supports that. He was so pleased that that our thought process and our mission is so clear. And so that was beautiful, actually, to get the support from our guru on the vision that we have. So there's not only the purpose to uplift ourselves, but at the same time inspire, um, and and enable. That's why the Brahma Vidya Prachar is so important. I mean, that's what Swamiji has always been talking about. So that was one thing, and the other thing that Swamiji mentioned was, uh, when the second day when we took him to the walk, and again the same situation happened, and then he started engaging in discussion with us. And I think very modestly we asked him that, Swamiji, what is the significance of ahamkar in the process of uh, in the process of um, um, spiritual journey? And he stopped walking and he delivered with a high energy that there has to be no abhiman and no sanshay on Sadguru Satta. And in fact, he said that, in fact, it's very much like you cannot have two swords in one. एक म्यान में दो तलवार नहीं हो सकते हैं. तो जहां जहां मैं वहां प्रभु नाही, जहां प्रभु वहां मैं नाही. So Swamiji was, he almost seemed like a very different person when he spoke about that. And it's very hard to see that in his Amritvani, actually. And these special moment that tells you. But imagine if Swamiji says that, बिल्कुल अहंकार नहीं होना चाहिए और कोई संशय नहीं होना चाहिए. But to receive that word of wisdom requires a lot of rooting and lot of satsang. Otherwise, it will just be like two words and with no significance, no impact. But what he said and the way he said that, it will never be forgotten, actually. And that is why when we talk about the ahamkar, and then I did more research, as I always do, the whole purpose for the bhakti is bhaj, which is seva. And अहंकार सेवा का भी हो जाता है, अहंकार सत्संग का भी हो जाता है, अहंकार साधना का भी हो जाता है. तो इससे हम कैसे बचें? That is the main theme, actually. So one was the sadhu samagam, and the other is that when we do the seva, we have to begin to become ashrit on the Sadguru Satta, which means we, in the process of doing the seva, and the seva can be of many forms, tan, man, dhan, vani, karma. But in the process of seva, we have to begin to experience that whatever is happening in our life, I am not the doer. I am just the medium who is taking action according to the dharma of the role that is given to me. That is the only role that we play. But if some good happens, some good outcome happens, or some bad outcome happens, we are not supposed to be the doer for that. Especially when the good thing happens, we always have to acknowledge that it is the blessing of the Almighty, of the Satta. If the bad thing happens, then it should be a lesson learned. And this is all, and that is also we have to turn in the right direction. That because the Satta wants to bless me, wants to test me, that's why this bad thing has happened. So when we begin to inculcate that, not just by word, but literally in our contemplation within ourselves, because that's what the Satta sees. It doesn't see what comes out of our mouth or our expression. It sees what is literally inside. And that is like we see the world, but we cannot see our own eyes. So the ahamkar is like that we can see everybody else's ahamkar. And even we can see our ahamkar, but we cannot see that subtle ahamkar. That, oh, such a great sadhak, I'm such a great satsangi, I'm such a great sevak, I'm such a big disciple. The moment that I happens, the Guru Satta cannot be there. That's what Swamiji was telling us. And that's what all the Mahapurush are saying. That means the seva is not manifesting yet. For the seva to manifest, that I has to be gone. So that was the biggest transformation and the learning that I had personally in this journey of the Sant Parivar. And this can be a very, very long topic, actually. But so we always have to fight with that vritti. And I think that is the real essence of a sadhak. When that is the seva, actually, then the seva is manifesting. And so the moment that begins to happen, the good or bad in my life is happening. It is all happening because the satta wants to do good for me. The moment we begin to live that like that and manifest like that, now that is working in the right direction, I think. So with that, I'm going to now put मैं अपने वाणी को विराम दूंगा, and I will request Seema ji to share her some of her experiences. And so Seema ji, you want to share?
Yes, Sadgurudeo. On. Thank you for allowing me to share my experience. I had never dreamed of uh, spending personal time with Mataji. So I think we are very blessed. And Mataji could come down in our kitchen and help us. So, which I had never thought of. Um, she was so loving and very caring for all Guru Bahan and all Guru Bhai. You know, earlier I was worried about handling such a big uh, responsibility for Acharya's, but blessing of some Guru Shatta making everything is happening in best possible way. My experience in Swamiji energy, that's Swami's experience is, spite of his age, he want to visit every event and meet his devotees. And Santji is a very simplicity and humbleness inspired all of us. Achar Parivar first ever visit to India will allow maybe always be in our sweetness moment, memory moment. Okay. We all are so grateful to be in this seva, and it was only made possible with support and help from all our Guru Bahan, Guru Bhai, and MP Uncle Ji, and Auntie Ji. We hope next time it will be even biggest event than this time. So Jai Sadguru, thank you.
Thank you so much, Simaji. So I think that is all we had to share, and hopefully we can go to the next step now. Thank you. Yes.
Uncle.
Thank you, Niranjanji and Simaji, for those inspiring words. Your dedication to the seva is a testament to the power of selfless service and a beautiful example for all of us. It is clear that your work in the Bay Area has touched countless lives and deepened the spiritual path for many. We are deeply grateful for sharing your experience with us today. Thank you again.
Ji, thank you so much, Ji. If there's any question, then we can hopefully discuss that.
Yeah, sure. If anybody would like to shoot your question or share any thoughts.
I think
Yes.
Krishna will say something, and Uncle Ji, MP Uncle Ji and Krishna Ji say something.
Yeah, sure. Feel free.
I think they are not on the line right now. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Ji.
Ji, Jai Sadgurudev,
Jai
Ritu
Sadgurudev,
Ji,
Monica ji.
Ritu Ji, yes, Niranjan Ji, Seema Ji. It was so beautiful to relive those moments through your Vani, Niranjan Ji. As usual, each and every word that you speak not only comes from your experience, but also from the level of that at the level of that emotion and the feelings that you have behind everything that you say, touches the heart of the listeners. So thank you so much. I just have one question, which is, if you were to describe your entire experience with the Acharya Parivar in one word, what that word would be?
Enlightening, I guess. That is the closest I can say. Ji. Enlightening. Yes, very enlightening.
G. I think, yeah, that is really, it's really marvelous, yeah, the whole experience, not only you as a host, but for us sevaks to be I had actually never even daydreamt now, to travel that distance to just for seva, and the whole experience was really, really enlightening. I had no words. Each and every moment in that seva took me to a completely different zone. You know, I was like a child. I was, like, I even don't know. I can't recall like how I must have been in the past if that same situation had come to me. Very, very humbled, very grateful, very thankful. And, especially to you and Seema ji, I have no words. The way you guys had prepared everything, it was seen in those each day, whether it was an event or whether it was a satsang or was it a havan. Your complete dedication, your love, for Sadguru, Sakta, and uh, the emotions with which you did everything was so beautiful, and it will be remembered, like you said, for a very, very long time. Thanks, Niranjan ji, and back to you, Rituraj ji.
Ji, thank you so much, Monica ji, for the beautiful words that you said. Yeah, and that is the whole purpose for the sadhu samagam. I was mentioning that the whole purpose for sadhu samagam is that हमारा मन को हर संगतों से हटा करके भगवान तत्व में डाल देता है. That is the
जी
purpose.
जी.
So this is something that we will do manan and chintan for a very, very long time, and that is the whole purpose. And then another sadhu samagam will happen, and again and that's how this evolution will take place. So,
जी.
and same Shikhaji, I mean, she was so like immersed herself with you and Simaji and Guru Bahans, right? That is the Anushaji, yes, yeah. So really appreciate. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. I mean, being in that whole environment, I mean, for the very first time, and for the other key thing there was all pretty much the majority of us were just new to this seva, right? So we were like, for me, it was like a test. It was like an exam, like this is my exam. So each and every day, and but being with you guys, it was like more to me. They're like more than my family, so actually speaking, because I could be same, the same way. I have been very spiritual from a very young age, and getting that environment to me was very, very like heart touching, very heartwarming. uh, I still feel like I don't know how fortunate I was to be there with Shikhaji and Seemaji. They're really, really great souls, very pure. And Shikhaji's bhav for Sadguru, I cannot put it in words. Like she's so much in love with Sadguru, and that really so closely I could just relate to her, and how many years she has spent in that same environment with her parents, with her family, how she grew up, how her mother used to do stuff, she says, in the morning, preparation, and she was trying her level best to match that. Shikhaji, I'm sorry if I'm comparing you with your mom, but definitely, your mother was a very, very big sadhika of Sadgurudev. But in my eyes, I haven't seen your mom, but all I see is you and your experiences with your mother. So that was, how one can talk about the parents, but that's one thing. But the important thing is how you walk the path of your parents, who no longer are there, and I could see that, and that devotion, that level of depth in your emotions, the bhav, really, I think it must have failed me, because I don't come with that background. I don't have those experiences. And, it was really, I'm so fortunate to have been there, see how sevaks are doing it, living examples of their generations, setting an example for people like us. That was really great. And Seemaji, I never could imagine, like, I know Niranjanji, speaks more in satsangs than Seemaji being the quiet one, but she has so many good insights, and her seva bhav is commendable. Her seva from morning till night, I don't know how one can forget the body. The way she was working like a machine, uh, running in and out of the house, being in the kitchen, being in the basement, being in the rooms, serving, helping, what you want, you need something, I'm going to the market, let me get this, everything, and watering the plants all at once, and plants are not next to her, she has to go out of the house, climb a hill, and then water the plants. So it was amazing, Seemaji, the energy that you carry within you, I think can change so much in the Vihangam Yoga Parivar for times to come. So with that, yeah, I'm really I was very surprised, to see. I mean, I used to think I have a lot of energy, and but I was failed there. When I saw you, I thought, no, I don't think I carry the same energy as Seemaji physically. I can do so much work at one place, but going out of the house and doing groceries at the same time, watering the plants, it is a lot of work, So thank you, Seemaji, for all that you did. And thank you so much, Niranjanji. And Shikhaji, I mentioned you a couple of times. If you have anything to share, please take the floor. Thank you.
Jai Sadgurudeo all.
Ji, Jai Sadgurudev.
So sorry, I wasn't able to unmute. You know, it is very heartening to listen to all of these Sansmarans. Having been present in that moment, I would just say it was a lot of learning lesson for me. And it all becomes simple just by that one thing. We often take Sadguru as Sadguru, right? But if we start to believe, if we were living in an era where Ram and Krishna were there, you have that opportunity to live with the God himself. The entire perspective of seva just changes over there. So I really do not have much to add, but yes, truly it has to be a combined team effort. Seva definitely takes a lot more than what I had imagined it to be. And I am so grateful for this opportunity. And it was just a learning lesson for me. And I personally hope that Sadguru will bless me with more such opportunities and I will be able to deliver better in coming times. Jai Sadgurudev.
Thank you, Shikhaji. I think for all of us, it's always a learning lesson when staying with Acharya Parivar in Seva. So yeah, I would like to give a big thank to everyone who joined this discussion and took part in the session. Now, I would like to move to, okay, before I move, anybody who is like totally new to this platform, who has joined this platform for the very first time. I don't see any new names, but yeah, anyway, I'll give a few seconds. If you're new, please come forward. Just let us know how you got connected to this platform.
Or maybe if someone has any more questions, they can actually speak. Yeah. Looks like most of us did meet in the New Jersey Yagya also. So I see most people,
That's correct, yeah.
most of us know each other actually. That's even wonderful. maybe Sudhanshu ji, if you have few words, you can share your experience as well.
Jashodevya, I'm so sorry I joined a bit late, so I missed your views, your experience. But this is about the California program.
Ji, ji, ji.
Ji. So the experience was really exceptional, and we all were very fortunate that we all were serving the Sadgurudeo Bhagwan there. From day one till the last day when we were living from California. One thing which I noticed, and Swamiji also said multiple times, that he was very happy in California, not only by the programs, but by the Seva Bhav of all the Sevaks, and by the weather, place, everything. Swamiji was mentioning that यहाँ अपने बहुत से लोग हैं, and there is lots of prachar opportunity in California. So the experience was exceptional, and the guidance was very clear from Sadgurudeo Bhagwan that we have lots of opportunity. We need to work on it. I remember Swamiji has given some special adesh for California prachar. We had discussed about that in the meeting as well. As now Swamiji left for India, now we have to start working on it. I was thinking to, post the message as well. So overall, very, very successful program in California, very memorable for all of us. And lots of task or seva to do in the coming year, and to make the next year program more grand in California. When we were in California, there itself, Swamiji has said that next year we will come during the same time frame in USA. So start planning for the program from now itself, so you can bring more people, you can invite more people on these programs. So overall, the experience was good. The program was really great. The Seva Bhav of, if I say the local person there, Niranjan Bhaiya and the family, Krishna ji, and NP uncles, which we met there, that was really exceptional. Naveen Bhaiya, we met Naveen Bhaiya first time there, so that was exceptional. And all Guru Bhai and Guru Bhain who traveled to that place, like Shikha Didi and Monica Didi, they were, for the first time, I believe, if I'm not wrong, they were in the full-time seva of Acharya Parivar, along with Seema Didi. All three were serving tirelessly. I saw and experienced that so tired, but still fully involved in seva. I remember when there was program in Niranjan Bhaiya's place, and Seema Didi was preparing food for everyone. So it was me who went and asked them that you are already very much involved in Acharya Parivar food, how you will manage for that many people. And Niranjana Bhaiya said, she will manage it. She has already did so earlier, she can do it. And the way Didi handled this, that was really exceptional and beyond my imagination. So that's the one thing which I saw in program which happened at Niranjan Bhaiya place. So many new people, very devoted and very spiritually uplifted people were joining in California. Similarly, the program was very successful in the Yajna program which happened. In discussion, I have mentioned it so many times with East Coast team. Whenever I talk to different people, I always told them that when California did Yajna, just by few core members, they managed that 70 plus, nearby 80 families were sitting and doing the yajna in the yajna. And in East Coast, we had similar number of people. So it's a very big success and a big learning for all of us how we can, do prachar so more and more people can join. So there are lots of things to say. It will take lots of time, but I believe in a nutshell, it was really exceptional program, exceptional experience for all of us. Thank you very much, everyone, for being there. Anchal Bhaiya was there, Niranjan Bhaiya from Atlanta was there, Vishnu Bhaiya was there, and together we all managed the program. So thank you very much, everyone. And I'm sorry I joined late, but these are the few things which I definitely want to mention. Whenever we are talking about the California program, it was the collective effort and the blessing of Sadgurudeo that we were able to do it successfully. Thank you very much, and over to you, Jai Sadgurudeo.
Gee, I would like to add one more thing over here.
Yes,
It's
Shikhaji.
not just the success of the program that we are seeing so short term, right? We are looking at, oh, there was one private program that they did. There was one program that happened in the temple. There was one that happened in Yang's house. There was one that happened here. What goes behind the scene, and I wasn't there to witness this, but from what Seema ji and Ranjan ji were telling, it takes a lot of effort to do the prachar, even to get to that number of 75 out of 150 kund. I think Monica ji had mentioned it on the core group, but I would like to reiterate this again. They used to go for prachar every weekend for the last 3-4 months. Literally every weekend was occupied. We do not understand because we haven't been on the front doing this kind of prachar, but Seema ji would cook for 40 to 50 people, I believe, or maybe more. Correct me if I'm wrong, Seema ji. Every weekend, just to attract that crowd in the name of, okay, I'm serving you lunch, I'm going to serve dinner. Come, let's talk about Adhyatma. It takes a lot of effort. So kudos to them, and of course kudos to the entire team. As I said previously, it's not an easy task. It has to be a teamwork, otherwise this cannot be accomplished. It just cannot be a single person seva. So but yeah, definitely kudos to Niranjan ji, Seema ji, Krishna Murari ji, NP Singh uncle, auntie, all of the California Sant Samaj who were on their toes months prior to the arrival of Swamiji. So, yep, I would hand it back to you, Rituraji.
Exactly. One more thing, Shikhaji. We, like you said, exactly. We were in the last leg of the whatever the front end seva, I would say. That's what we were. Our candidacy was only for that. We were just in the front end of those like 5-6 days, but in the back end, whatever you said is 100%. True, that each and every weekend that they spent, because Seema ji mentioned it, in our talks, when I said that, oh, we got like a few hours sleep yesterday, like 2-3 hours, and I haven't done this in a long time. I was telling her that, yeah, in the college time or when I was preparing for my master's, I used to sleep very little, like 3 hours in the night. And I haven't done that in years. And now I'm counting like, okay, we slept this much. Because, the body changes when you become adult. And I get sick, I get allergies, I feel, I feel something not right when I sleep that little for that little. But Seema ji mentioned they've been doing it for months. And I was like, wow, whatever happened in the back end, we can't even imagine. And it was just Seema ji and Niranjan ji, and Krishna ji. So just with 2 or 3 sevaks, this entire seva was executed like so beautifully. I would just say one thing, that Niranjan ji, you and Seema ji, 1 plus 1 becomes 11. So literally, this is what I saw, that just the two of you are equivalent to 11 sevaks, I would say, in this whole process, of doing prachar in California, executing it so well, presenting it even, in a very exceptional manner. The decor, the lighting, the cleanliness in your house, the organization, everything was so amazing. And lastly, you all made Sadguru so happy. So, kudos to you again. And I stand by Shikhaji's words throughout. Thanks again, Shikhaji, yes, for bringing that up. Sorry, Rituraji, we have extended so much. Back to you again.
Yeah, thanks again.
Thank you very much for saying all these beautiful words, but I would use the word "but" after that, because all we were doing is actually we were just like a medium, because Sadguru energy was already working from the background in multifaceted form, I think. So because when we used to go to do the prachar at the mandir, like every week, yes, you're right. Um, and all we were doing is just sharing what we knew, and it was somehow transforming them, because most of the people in the mandir that do go there, they think that the god is in each of these idols, and of course the god is in every single atom. And but nobody was there to tell them about the Sadguru Satta, that where the god is manifested. And I think that was the big surprise for them, and that was only possible because all of us, as part of this satsang, have received that sahaj knowledge, and it just comes naturally out of us. And then at the same time, one other thing that Swamiji was saying, he never accepts any prachar onto himself also. He always says that hum aur aap kya karenge, ye to sab Swami ji kar rahe hain. And that was so profound. And I can tell you one thing, that based on all of my Bhakta Charitra and all Mahapurush, this is so real, that it is never we that do it. It is always that Avyakt Satta who is doing all that. And and it is so true. That is why this seva was given to all of us, actually, so that it not only becomes a theoretical knowledge for us, we begin to feel that. And I think that is the whole purpose. And I'm hoping that many people who are coming begin to see it that way, begin to feel it that way. So, so thank you for such a beautiful words. But at the same time, we all have to uh, learn this from what Swami told us, that हम और आप क्या करेंगे, हम और आप तो बस लगे हुए हैं बस खाली, कर तो स्वामी जी रहे, बड़े स्वामी जी कर रहे हैं. So this is exact words of Swami ji, actually. He told us. I don't know if Sudhanshu ji was there or Niranjan ji was there. That's exact. So this is why we are so fortunate to have that personable moment, and we are able to share with all of us, each other, and all of us have that opportunity, actually, and probably already have that opportunity. So, but we always have to be absolutely careful about this subtle aham that we just talked about, because this is something like looking at our own eyes. We see everything, but we can never see our eyes. We can only see that in the mirror, and that's what the Sadguru will do for us, actually. So, geez, thank you so much. That's good.
Once again, heartfelt thanks to all the participants who actively engaged in this discussion and brought up insightful thoughts. And thanks to Monica ji and Sika ji. I think without you, we would have never known how much effort this family put up to bring such a huge success in California program. Yeah, making food for 40 and 50 people is not easy. Thanks to Seva Bhav of Seemaji.
Thank you.
With this, we will transition to the last segment, Shanti Part. I request everyone to sit down for Shanti Part. In Shanti Part, we chant for peace for everyone in this universe. May Sadgurudeo bless the entire cosmos with peace, love, and prosperity. We don't have any dedicated person this time for reciting Shanti Part. I would like to request anyone who can come forward, like Monica.
Rituraju, I would like to, yes.
Sure.
I would request everyone to please sit down. If you're standing for Shanti Part, let us close our eyes. हे प्रभु शांति स्वरूप हो, शांति शांति माया शांति, शांति शांति जन शांति हो, शांति माया शांति। हे प्रभु शांति प्रदान कर, दूर हो सर्व अशांति, देव सदा फल शांतिमय, शांति शांति सुख शांति।
Thank you, Monica ji, for a soulful recitation of Shanti Part. I would like to thank all of you for joining today's satsang. I encourage everyone to learn the Seva Bhav that we heard from the California team who were part of the California event, and the things that we discussed today. I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to Sulva ji, Monica ji, Seema Singh ji, Niranjan ji, Shikha ji, Sudhanshu ji, and also Amit ji, who did not speak, but he was on the chat. And the entire team active behind this platform who made this event possible. I pray to Sadgurudeo for peaceful and spiritual week ahead for all of us. See you all next Sunday at 9 a.m. EST on the same Zoom session. Have a wonderful day and week ahead. Jai Sadgurudeo.